And then we've got some other Ozarks originals, things that, again, kind of grew out of the soil, so to speak, of the Ozarks, that often have something to do with the natural resources of the area or the outdoor activities of the area. Hammond's products. Has anybody ever been to Stockton, Missouri, up on the kind of western edge? You've been to the Hammond's place up there?
I've been to Stockton.
You've seen it. Yeah, there's not really much else in Stockton. It's kind of a one company town. But Hammond's is the largest black walnut company in the world, I guess. I mean, they pretty much have a monopoly over the black walnut business in this part of the country and for much of the United States, from what I understand. If you've ever paid attention to, and some of you probably picked up walnuts in the fall. Anybody ever done that?
Yeah.
Sell them? Got rich?
My dad loves walnuts. He will put them in our driveway, and then he'll be
Drive 'em.
backing up over them.
Yeah, they're not friendly. They're not as friendly as English walnuts when it comes to getting them open and actually.
Stain like crazy.
And they do stain. Yeah, they will. Yeah, you're advised to wear gloves and long sleeves when you're picking these up. And yeah, you're not going to make any money picking up walnuts. You know, it's just kind of Hammond's relies on our good natures to pick walnuts up, give them to them for a few dollars, and then they do whatever they do and sell them. That's kind of how it works. Because almost all of the buying stations that you find in the Ozarks they all funnel their way back to Stockton, to the Hammond's company. Yeah. And usually in September, October, that's the time of year when they start buying walnuts. But it's a big business for them, and a lot of people do it. A lot of kids, are sent out to the fields or to the yards to pick up walnuts and get dirty and stained and all that kind of stuff. Aromatique, which is headquartered down in a small town in North Arkansas, makes decorative fragrance. Potpourri is one of the big. I don't know if they call it potpourri. I think they prefer decorative fragrance, but they make smelly stuff. Good smelling stuff that you would want if you were heading to a mink farm or something to kind of drown out the smell that you're going to. But again, kind of a neat, unexpected business that you find in a small town in the Ozarks, Heber Springs. We, of course, have Hershen Family Entertainment, which unfortunately is no longer headquartered in the Ozarks. The Hershen family moved their headquarters to Atlanta, Georgia a few years ago. But what do we know the Hershen family for? Right, we talked about them and the tourism, the founders of Silver Dollar City, and they own all kinds of other stuff as well. I think what's the Dolly Parton thing down there? Yeah, Dollywood, and then the Dixie Stampede. I think they own that, and the Branson Bell, I believe, is theirs, and they have lots of like aquariums and stuff around the country. It's a big national corporation now that started down in Southwest Missouri with Silver Dollar City and Marvel Cave those years ago. But they are, I don't know I'm sure the Hershens have homes in Southwest Missouri, but I don't know where their permanent residences are. They may be in Georgia, I'm not sure. Has anybody ever been to Terra Studios? It's kind of a neat place to visit. The next time you're around Durham, Arkansas, just stop in to Terra Studios. It's actually not very far from Fayetteville, probably 10 miles or so outside of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Have you ever, do you know what the Bluebird of Happiness is? Anybody have a Bluebird of Happiness? Those little glass bluebirds. That's where those are made at Terra Studios. It was a glass blowing and other kind of crafty studio down there, and it's been around for years and years. But they got famous making these little bluebirds, and you can go in the studio down there, and there's a big plexiglass window, and you can watch them make they still make them by hand. You can watch them make the birds in there, and they make them in a matter of seconds. You know, this hot blown glass, and just kind of whip it around, and first thing you know, it's a bird. You know, I don't really know how they do it, but they know how they do it, and that's what counts. So, but that's Terra Studios. Ranger Boats, one of the first big successful bass boat companies in the country, which was started down in Flippin, Arkansas, which is near Bull Shoals Lake. And Forrest Wood was the founder of Ranger Boats, and it became sort of the bass boat of choice for years and years, especially when, like, the Bassmasters bass fishing tournaments were getting started and all that kind of stuff. It became a very popular thing. Again, related to the outdoors of the Ozarks, the sort of natural benefits of the Ozarks. And of course, we all know here in Springfield, Bass Pro Shops and Tracker Boats, made by the same company. Johnny Morris and his story with Bass Pro Shops. Who knows the story of Bass Pro Shops?
I do. Brown Derby.
That's right.
Right.
I owned all the Brown Derbies.
Yeah.
Then he started selling at the South.
Yeah, Johnny Morris's dad, right? Yeah, owned the Brown Derby liquor stores that you still see all around Springfield. And Johnny Morris got his start in the back of one of those stores. On Campbell. He convinced his dad to let him try to sell fishing equipment in there, and it worked out okay for him. Seems to have, yeah. I've been teaching here for almost 5 years. This is I'm finishing my 5th year. And that museum, that wildlife museum or whatever, was under construction when I got here. And I thought, I figured my kids would like it. And I thought, a couple of years, maybe a year, we'll get to see that. But I don't know if that place is ever going to open or not.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, and they closed
Yeah.
for renovations.
Right, yeah, it was open. Yeah, the museum part was open for a while. Yeah, yeah, it is one of the longest building projects, and it's going to rival the pyramids at some point. Well, the Bass Pro Shops is certainly has become a nationally known company now, and you see Bass Pro Shops all over the country. It's and the store itself apparently is number one. Yeah. Oh, I can remember years ago, people in my family who would come to Springfield just to come to Bass Pro Shops. I mean, this was before it became the Bass Pro Shops we know. This was 25 years ago. I knew people who would come here just to go to that store, And then you get stuffed animals in there, and it doesn't get any better than that, A few fish swimming around, yeah, that's quite a show. You got alligators in there. Yeah, you can. Even if you don't spend money, you can go in there and have fun just looking around.